That was good. All right. I'm happy. We'll see how it looks when I have to edit all of it. So dumb. Too many cameras. I'm already hating myself for having this brilliant idea that's gonna, when I go to edit 3 different camera angles, let me go.
I'm dizzy.
Yeah, don't look
What?
at that.
Don't look at any.
Don't look at them, otherwise you just get distracted. Yeah, I keep like
Yes.
I'm so glad that I can't see myself in that one.
I'm like, oh my god, I can see myself in this one.
Down and be like, oh, do I still look good? Yeah, I look good. God, I'm stupid. In the first episode, where I forgot the most important thing, the coffee. Welcome to the first episode. There it is, the first coffee of the podcast. We'll get the review and then do the intro because the review is more important.
Yeah, I'm Australian as well, so
yeah. It's an Americano for everyone watching, and I have Josh's classic black coffee.
It tastes like an Australian.
Yeah?
Like it actually
That's
tastes
a good
like
thing.
coffee.
10 years ago, that wasn't a good thing. Australia used to have like really bad coffee, and then they completely changed like how they do it. And there's like a lot more like specialty shops that popped up. And then maybe it was more than 10 years ago now because I've been out of the coffee industry for a while, but it used to be bad. And then they like switched it around.
No, I feel like it was always good in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne, but not.
Maybe
Sydney
not
was average, yeah. Sydney was average, but Melbourne was always good.
One of my favorite cups of coffee I had was in like a random mountain town outside of Canberra, which is hilarious because there's not a lot great in Canberra. Sorry, Canberra.
Do you know that's the capital of Australia?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It was cool to visit.
It's fun.
I don't know if I wouldn't go back.
No?
I mean, I went there because my sister was there. That was it.
Go back for coffee?
I would go back for coffee.
I
would have to, the hunt to go find that coffee shop though would be.
Wait, so where was it? Outside? Like
it was in like we'd like driven up into like more of like the mountainous region in Canberra.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that like technically is. And it was this like little cafe, which gave vibes of having terrible coffee. Like where you walk in like a little diner coffee. And you're like, oh, like the food's going to be good, but the coffee's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
And the coffee was fantastic.
Delicious.
So.
Nutritious.
Delicious and nutritious.
Have you always just had black coffee?
My like grandpa like had me start drinking coffee. Not had me, that sounds horrible.
He forced you to drink coffee.
This sounds so bad.
Josh, sit down. Pouring coffee down your mouth.
We used to like do this thing when I was like really young where we would have like Oreos and like milk together. This is when I was like 3. I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong with Oreos and milk. And then I swear I was like 5 or 6 and he like gave me coffee.
Is this really risky?
I like this. This is I hope we can see this on camera because this is so risky. It's a very, to be fair, this is where I put my coffee every morning is right here.
Okay, perfect.
Mine usually has a lid. So episode 1, we'll just add stains to the couch every time.
Coffee stains everywhere. I guarantee you I'll spill it. I spilled red wine on my friend's couch the other night.
Ooh, I did that to a friend's white floor once and then learned that it was sangria.
Why was the floor white?
It was like a white carpet.
Oh.
Yeah, the Midwest has a lot of carpet. Yeah.
Choice.
But I learned that if you put vodka in sangria, which I had done that night, it wipes out the floor really easily. Wouldn't recommend it. That was a
espresso martini.
Yeah. That I could have.
I could have made. Do that.
I have all the ingredients for it because I have Mr. Black's. They're like an Australian coffee liqueur brand. Yeah, that's I use them all the time. They're very good. But yeah, I've drank coffee since I was literally like 5 or 6.
I went through a period where I was drinking 7 coffees a day.
Yeah, same.
Huh.
Working in a coffee shop, it'll get you.
You're working in a coffee shop. I was buying coffee.
Oh, now that is tough. Mine was free at least.
Yeah, no.
7 coffees a day. It'll catch up to you for sure.
Oh no, I had extreme anxiety and headaches. Like, why do I have headaches? Why do I have headaches?
Super anxious, or you're like, this is the greatest day of my life, and I can do anything. You're like, the sun is shining, and I can accomplish
Birds
everything.
chirping. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Or you're like, this is the worst day I've ever experienced in my life, and I would like to curl up in a ball and cry myself to sleep.
I have a 15-hour flight home, everyone.
Yeah. Welcome to the first episode of the pod. This is how it's going to go every week. I guarantee you it's going to be random talking, and then Josh will forget about the intro and do it. So welcome to episode 1 of a new video series podcast. Start your engines. And you may be wondering, Josh, that's so cliche. That's so, I don't care. I think it's great because you start your day with a cup of coffee if like us and addicted. Cheers. And maybe you start your day with a cup of tea or a Diet Coke or something, but
Or a matcha.
or a matcha, but you're all getting caffeine.
Or a whiskey if you're that kind of.
Yeah. And if you're not having caffeine in the morning, please tell me your secrets, because every time I do it, I just feel awful. But yes, welcome to the podcast. This is a new idea that Josh had to bring different people on, talk to them, chat with them, and just be able to sit and enjoy a coffee while doing it, because I like coffee and
You like talking.
I do like talking. Yeah, as a Twitch streamer, yeah, if I didn't like talking, we would have big problems. But guest on episode 1, all the way from Melbourne, Australia, F1 Amy. I actually don't know
Hello.
how to pronounce your last name, so you should say it, because I'm gonna fully screw it up.
Guess. Actually, no, I want you to do it. Do it.
Wait, I need
You
to
can do
like
it.
look up. I need to look up the spelling.
You can
of it.
do it.
Well, I can't. I know there's like
Maybe.
a J in there and
Yeah.
a P.
It starts with P.
Yeah. Wait,
Good one.
Pejkovic.
Almost.
Wait,
Silent J, itch at the end.
Itch. Wait,
Pejkovic.
Pejkovic. I was
Amy
close.
Pejkovic.
Okay, welcome.
Woohoo!
The first guest,
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
and you leave the country in like
4 hours.
5 hours.
Is it?
Yeah, it's only 5:15.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, in the morning, guys. Obviously, this is a morning podcast.
Morning podcast.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
really quick, I think there's going to be a lot of people that have probably seen your content, whether it's the F1, the modeling, maybe a video with Toto.
That infamous thing.
Woo!
Little
But,
death threats,
yeah.
but that's okay.
Give the people a little intro to yourself, and then also why you are here in the U.S.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Intro to myself. Where do I start? I
Yeah.
don't know where to start.
What are you doing right
I-
now besides F1 content?
Besides F1 content, I used to be a high jumper.
Yes.
Fun fact. So I used to be good, and then I got lazy. I didn't get lazy. I got injured.
Yes.
A lot of injuries. And then I've do some modeling work, journalism, hosting, F1 stuff. I'm actually addicted to coffee. So coffee
great
and
first guess.
tequila. Coffee and tequila are my thing.
Not together. Not together.
I mean, you could try it.
I would never try that. That sounds
I would.
okay. Well,
You wouldn't do it?
afterwards.
Anyway.
in the after show.
Amy and Josh are doing tequila coffee shot.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I would. I guess maybe if you made like an espresso martini and sub the vodka for tequila.
It needs to be like classes of like nice.
Yeah,
tequila.
it'd have to be nice. Which I don't have any tequila in this house because bad memories. But
I was like, I don't have tequila.
yeah, I was like,
I don't have tequila.
what? I was like, no wonder that bag's so heavy. You brought it.
Pretty sure it's like 30 kilos.
Woo! Yeah,
I don't know.
This can be fun for you at the airport.
But-
But yeah, you also do. I know you've been doing. You were at Australia for the race,
Yeah.
which was epic. You were working with different people, but also doing some different interviews, some different things.
Yes.
What all
Fun
were you at? I
stuff.
feel like we only got a snippet, so give it. What were you doing at the Australian
OzGP, everything at the OzGP comes together at the last minute. I kid you not.
GP? Every race
At
ever.
every race, yeah. The week before, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, I need
Yeah.
to be doing things. Like, what am I doing? Then all of a sudden, these emails started just flooding in. I got one from Puma, and they were like, so we want you to interview George Russell at the,
Yeah.
what would you call it? Launch. Like a Mercedes Puma.
Oh, like collaboration.
Yeah, collaboration in the Melbourne store.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
Yeah. But very funny that day. What did I have on that day? Oh my, because it was the same day as Glamour on the Grid.
Okay.
Have you've
Ooh.
heard of Glamour on the Grid?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only in
from your
Australia.
stories and
Yeah,
Luke's stories. That's I had never heard.
true.
about
Because
it,
Luke
and then
was
I
there
like,
too.
I want to go to this.
Like that day. Then also, I have an F1 podcast as well.
Yes.
Paddock 43.
Go follow it.
That one too. And so that day I had to get up, get ready for Glamour on the Grid at 8 a.m. I was in hair and makeup at 8 a.m.
Wait, Glamour on the Grid is in the morning?
That's the night.
Oh, you were just
But
getting ready.
my
You had
day
to be
was
ready.
so
Oh my
full.
God. No.
So I went to hair and makeup at 11 a.m. No,
Okay.
8 a.m. Finished that at 11 a.m. Then went to a hotel to shoot all the pre-Glamour on the Grid photos. So you kind of go to a hotel, go outside, got dressed into my full outfit, full kit, everything.
Yeah.
Shot all these photos, got changed.
Yep.
My stuff with me, got into my car, and then had to race out to, oh my gosh, where was it? I don't know where it was. Melbourne. It was somewhere in Melbourne. I have the memory of a fish. So
Fair.
this is always a good one. And myself and the Paddock 43 girls got to interview Esteban Ocon and Fabian Coulthard.
Oh, that's fun.
Which was very fun with BWT.
That's fun.
So that was really cool. That was very fun. We still haven't seen the footage. Shock me.
Also, classic.
Still don't have it. Once we finished there, I had to then race over to Chadstone where I got to interview George Russell.
So fun.
Which was so cool. I'm basically my first solo interview, George Russell.
That is.
I was shitting my pants.
Yeah, I was like, I would need some extra pairs of pants for that.
Oh, I did. I also should have had a new phone, but so I get there and I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous, but cool. Like I know what I want to ask him. Do all that, and then it gets 5 minutes before, and I'm looking at my phone, and it just turns off, goes black. Everything that I had to have, I had the intro, welcome to country, all my questions, my phone goes black, and I was like, oh my god, this is not happening.
Oh.
So then one of the PR girls gave me her phone. So I was like, okay, I'll just do that. And then I went out to introduce, say hi to everyone, introduce George, and then her phone kept blocking. And I was like, oh my god, I'm having some technical difficulties.
I don't know the password. I was
like, Jesus Christ, I'm like, guys, this isn't my phone. I'm really sorry.
Oh,
and then I had to keep trying to get that unlocked. And then so something else, probably don't know. So when I was 19, I had a brain tumor.
Yes.
Yes. And
I watched the video today because I had known about it, but I'd never seen the video. And I was like, I want to learn more about this.
Yeah. So I had that when I was 19.
It's so fun.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'll link the video below if you've never seen it because it is a wild journey of a story to watch. Woo!
Sometimes I still think, I'm like, I can go through that.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But then post-surgery, I have a slight tremor in my right hand. And you kind of notice it sometimes.
Oh, just in the right hand? Oh, interesting.
Where?
Oh, yep. I've never, but I mean, you don't really notice it unless I feel like you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I can feel it, I'm like, oh my God.
You're like,
that one.
I know. Yeah.
Anyway. And so, because when I get nervous, it gets even worse.
Oh, of course.
So I'm trying to hold this phone that's not mine in my hands, shaking. I was like, oh my God. This is a disaster. Eventually, I get my phone back. So I was like, thank goodness. It's not going to keep locking on me. And then George comes out all fabulous.
Oh, no.
Then his mic doesn't work. His microphone's not working. And then he was like, are we going to share a microphone? He's like, we can share a microphone. I was like, sure. Share the microphone. This will be so much fun.
Here you go.
This is perfect. I was like, oh my God, touch the same microphone. I was freaking out. And then they eventually got him his own mic. His lapel was stuffing up. And then they gave him a microphone, but the lapel, which was then interfering with the speakers behind him.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, this is outrageous. But eventually it all settled. Got there and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. A shit show to start with, but
isn't it always sometimes though?
Yeah,
honestly.
it always. And then post that, I then had to bolt straight to Glamour on the Grid.
Yeah.
Which I was then hosting with KO Sport.
Oh, nice.
So I was doing interviews with all the guests and everything, which was so much fun, but so cool.
Oh yeah.
It was freezing. And I was just chatting to heaps of different Australian influencers, celebrities, athletes, and then eventually I just had a great night. And then that was day one. Australian Grand Prix.
that was Thursday though, wasn't it? Or
Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was Wednesday.
Oh my gosh. So it was day 0.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Day 0.
Day -1. Because
it hasn't even started
Thursday
yet.
either.
Like I went out to the track on Thursday just
Yeah.
to experience it, and that was just so chill.
Because Australia
so
opens
nice.
the track on Thursday for everyone.
Yeah,
Right? That's
yeah.
so nice.
Because everyone likes to watch like the supercars,
Yeah.
everything as well.
Oh, because those are races on Thursday. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many tracks that like don't give any kind of access on Thursday, which really is really unfortunate. I feel like. Yeah, I know Coda. Like
That's
you can
odd.
get to some areas on Thursdays, but like your ticket doesn't do anything for you because they're still like doing stuff a lot of times. But yeah, I've heard Australia is one of the races that I definitely want to go to at some point because it looks fun. The vibes are always good, and the Aussies are always fun to hang out with.
It is.
This is what I've learned in life.
It's fun. Very good bunch. Very good bunch.
This is fair.
Yeah, I get it. But going into like when you go to Melbourne, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like on the lake, and then you have like the backdrop of the city and it's sunset. It's divine.
Yeah, some of those
so nice.
overhead shots and stuff. I'm like, wow.
Mm.
Because it used to even end like it was like at sunset, basically, that race was ending. And then they changed it this year to be like a little bit earlier.
Yeah, because normally it's.
I don't remember what time it normally ends. But it was like something where it was like, there was like years in the past where it was like the sun was like down.
Yeah.
And it was like getting like properly dark out there when the race was done. And when
so
we were doing interviews. And it's like, I'm sure it looks stunning. It's like, Coda during whatever it is, FP3 or whatever it is that always is like right as the sun's going down and it just looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be so stressful that you're like, the race is not done and it's getting dark and we have no lights.
Guys, we need to hurry this up.
Yeah, you're like, drive faster, Max, please.
Yeah. Chop. I mean, poor guy this year.
He's like,
sorry.
A good challenge for me. Thank you.
Yeah, but this year he didn't even finish.
Yeah. So one of the things that I want to do on this this new little show is I have a couple questions I'm going to be asking every guest just to learn a bit about them. So one, this might be an easy one. Your current favorite motorsport to watch?
F1. I mean, I want to get into IndyCar though. I've got to say that mannequin, whatever they just did in IndyCar, I was like, I was so confused. I was like, where did she come from? Did someone throw it? Did they drop it from a drone? I didn't realize it was like a beam
that
across.
Has a lot of weird things set up. And
do they always do that?
Yeah, there's like a giant spider in like the field. It's like there's all these weird things set up, and the mannequin is just has always been on the bridge.
So if there's always been a mannequin.
Yeah, it's always been there apparently, and but this year it just fell off.
As in did they take the mannequin down?
No, it just in the middle of the race it just fell. Like it's like.
But like, do they put it there for the race?
I think it stays up. It's very weird decorations around that track.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's very strange. I feel bad for whoever hit that because they might be cursed forever, but that's fine.
Oh my god.
IndyCar is great.
That's
I think
terrifying.
it's a good secondary to get into outside of F1. I don't know if the race times are the most ideal for you when they happen though.
Never ideal.
Never ideal.
In Australia, it's never ideal. It's pretty bad here as well.
Yeah, but usually it's just early mornings, like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's.
And like that's not honestly, I'm okay with that. It's an early morning, but then you get done and you still have the whole day ahead of you, which is really nice.
I was so annoyed. I was here for China though. Like it's one of the two races we can have at a normal time in Australia, and I was like, I'm in America.
That was a tough one to deal with. It would have been fine except for I was going to IndyCar that weekend in Long Beach, and it was. I think the race ended at like 1:30ish, and then I'd already been up for qualifying the night before, or no, qualifying the night before, sprint quality the night before that, and I was like, I'm so tired. I need to sleep. But the hours are not ideal, but I think it's always a fun one to watch. Yeah.
I was at Coachella, so.
Oh,
I didn't know what was going on.
Couldn't be bothered.
I was like, was it the race? Where am I?
Yeah, you're like, what is even happening?
I was just being a menace. So.
Yeah. So then the second question is your current, I guess this would be for F1 since that's kind of what you mainly watch right now, but your current favorite driver. I don't actually know if I know this.
My favorite had always been Seb.
I
know.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
But like current, I haven't figured out who's my new favorite.
Okay.
Still trying to work it out.
You're not on the Aussie Daniel Ricciardo or Oscar.
Yeah, like I'd say
bandwagon?
Oscar. I'd go Oscar.
Yeah.
Like you kind of can't not.
You can't.
I'm sorry, Daniel, but I don't think you'll be driving next year.
I also don't think so. Sorry, Daniel. I love you, but I don't think you'll be there either.
At least so much, but.
But Oscar, you will be there.
Oscar's definitely going to be there.
Yeah, he's going to be there. You're doing great, Oscar. Well done. Keep it up.
We love you.
Yeah, making all of us Aussies proud.
Do another plot twist and go to Red Bull.
Oh my gosh,
Imagine
that would
that.
be. I just can't see that honestly.
No. I don't think Oscar would want to be Mac's second
No.
driver.
So if you had to pick one right now, it'd be Oscar then
Oscar.
probably. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I feel like once your favorite driver, when you only have like one, once they leave the grid, you kind of go, well, who do I root for
I'm like,
now? Yeah. And like who knows? Maybe some new ones will come in, and you'll get someone. Maybe Ollie. I don't know.
that'd be nice. I loved him.
Oh,
so much.
Yeah, he will be. After the news of Nico moving to Steak, Kick, Sauber, Audi, whatever, Twitch,
streaming. I don't
they will
know what
cancel
the
for that one.
hell. Headache of a car.
There is a Haas open seat, so
Yeah, just wide open for him.
I could see it honestly.
He could go there.
After what he did in Jeddah, I think how do you not? Because I mean, it's like for anyone that watches IndyCar. Well, this is gonna out when we record this podcast, but David Malukas got dropped today from McLaren. R.I.P. But Théo Pourchaire took over his spot for 2 races, and for his first race being Long Beach, did incredibly well.
They do.
I would say it almost felt like watching Ollie drive in Jeddah, where it is a street track, and he had never stepped in an IndyCar before until practice, and it was like, wow, you crushed it. So,
love that.
Sorry, David.
Pop off King.
Yeah, pop off Teo. He will be in IndyCar. The last question for this little round is the most inspirational athlete, just in general, to you at the moment.
At the moment?
Yeah. I guess it'd be overall, but I mean, like, whatever comes to mind right now.
God. Growing up at least, mine was always Blanka Vlasic. She was a Croatian high jumper.
Okay, that's cool.
So she was always my favorite. Athlete now. All my faves have retired.
I mean, you can be inspirational and be retired, I would say.
Yeah, I'd still go with Blanka Vlasic.
Okay.
It's always my favorite.
Nice.
Croatian, so good.
That's good. I feel like we're going to get a lot of racing answers. That's good to start this series off with.
You're like, who's that?
Everyone's going to be
jumper.
Furiously Googling as they watch this on their phone.
Vlasic.
Okay. Croatian high jumper. I like that. That's a fun answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because so we'll throw it back for a second to your background. You high jumped for a while. There was the potential for the Olympics.
Yes.
Is this true?
Yeah.
This was crazy when I learned this the other day because I didn't know this.
Yeah.
And then I was like talking to someone. They're like, "Oh yeah, like she like almost went to the Olympics for high jumping." I was like, "Excuse me?
Sorry, what?"
I'm sorry. This was not on my F1 Amy bingo card. Thank you.
F1 Amy P was a high jump. Like what?
Yeah, but you high jump.
Like
so when did you start high jumping?
I started when I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So I originally started as a little sprinter.
Mm-hmm.
And then in primary school, my PE teacher was like, "You're tall and gangly. Let's just put you into high jump." I was like, "Okay, this is so much fun."
Like, and then you could jump over that. You're
yeah.
tall.
I actually think I was like 10 or 11.
Okay.
Really young at this point. And I went through to state, came equal first, third on count back, and broke the state record.
Whoa.
I think when I was 12.
That's a pretty good start.
10. Jumped 140.
I need to.
When I was 140.
That's like 5 something.
Well, I jumped 6 foot when I was 14.
Wow, that is impressive.
That
is crazy good.
I'm so glad I feel my records still stand.
That's actually that is very impressive because I feel like records do get broken, especially when it's like was this been the I guess high school for us. I don't know what is Australia. Yeah, is it still high? Kind of like you're up there. They're like, oh, this is university and this is college. I'm like, no, you're in high school. Don't call it college. You're confusing me.
High school.
Stop it. Like,
knock it off.
Yeah, but I feel like high school records get broken all the time. So like that's impressive that they're still there. They're still there.
Still kicking on.
That's impressive.
It's really good because we have some really good high jumpers at the moment, coming up as well. I was like, every time I'm like,
you're like, don't do it.
I mean, do it because amazing, but also
don't do it because that's my record and I want it.
I still remember this one. This was like a little. Do you have a little athletic?
Do we have what?
Little
I know it's Australian is English, but what was that?
Little athletic.
Oh, we probably call it Little League. But it's like mostly a baseball thing. Or
kind of, but for track and field.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Is it just for when you're really small?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the oldest you can get is like 16. or
I don't know
something.
if someone will probably call me on. I don't know if we have an actual name. I mean, baseball when you really is like little league, but other than that, I don't know if there's Pee Wee sports. I have no idea.
Teeny tots.
Yeah, teeny tots.
Teeny tots.
I'm starting that now.
Teeny
Trademark that
tots.
right now.
No, I forgot what I was saying.
That's off topic. Wait, what was it?
Little Athletic.
Little Athletics.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I think that one's still there. But when I did that record and I went to go to a higher height,
Okay.
I don't know what I did, but high jump bars. I have.
Yeah.
I pulled them both. I don't know, I just like whacked the whole thing and just like pulled the whole the whole structure collapsed.
That's crazy.
And the worst bit was it was like when the whole stadium was like getting into it as well. I was getting like a clap and everything, and I was like, oh my god.
They're like, this was hype. This was hype.
No, this is so good. And they're like, oh, shit. Shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that. So I know you touched on it a little bit, and I think if people want to kind of see the story of everything that you went through with the brain tumor, I think they should go watch that video because I feel like it sums it up very well. But obviously that happened, and probably there was some kind of recovery period after that. Then it also influenced high jumping and everything. So what made you then, after that, kind of decide to go into modeling and sports and all that stuff? Because I know one of the things I remember was like the video that I watched was that was the first one you put out, kind of talking about like the actual tumor itself and everything that you went through initially. Was that you kind of like realized it was like I'm gonna get shit done. Like there's like who knows, like this happened. This was like a thing that happened, which is crazy for like a 19-year-old to go through. And then you just kind of realize like, well, like from this point, like this happened, and like I'm gonna get shit done now. So obviously there was, I'm assuming, some kind of recovery period afterwards.
Yeah, like it probably should have been a lot longer than what it was.
Was that because you just made it short?
I was just like, no, I'm going.
Dude, I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not fucking around here. But it was probably like a 3-month period where, so once when I woke up from surgery,
okay,
I was like, I had tubes coming out everywhere. My neck was kind of like, I had a shunt in the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
My neck was like straight on the bed while
That's
it was
so
like
fun.
pumping out fluid and stuff. Horrible.
That's what you thought. You were like, oh, this is so gross.
Like, ew.
Yeah, you're like, please don't tell me.
I remember one of the first things I thought of when I woke up was I had like a catheter in.
Oh yeah.
And then like I think my boyfriend at the time like walked around this side of the bed, and that's when the catheter was, and I was like, don't.
No.
I was like, don't look at my pee bag. Like, don't you do it. I was like, don't worry.
19-year-old thing in that scenario, dude. Be like, no.
Don't worry. There's a brain surgery. I was like, don't look at my pee bag.
Like, I don't care about everything else, but don't look at the pee bag.
Don't you do it. But like when I woke up, it was just, I was just lying there, and I was like, okay, I can like wiggle my fingers. Good. I can wiggle my toes. That's good.
Yep.
And then the first thing I had to do was try and sit up in bed.
Yeah.
And trying to sit up.
Oh my gosh.
Like, right. I need to lie back.
Wow.
I felt like I ran a marathon. I was like, vomit.
That is
vomit
crazy.
everywhere. But then, as I once I got out of ICU, then went into just like my normal room, and it was just stuff like sitting up in bed. It was like the start of the recovery process.
Yeah.
I just had to sit up in bed, and then sit up in bed with my feet over the edge of the bed, and then like get up, around, back down, and then like my surgeon came in one day. He's like, you do know you have to. I want you sitting in that corner of the room before you leave, because it was so much effort.
Yeah.
It hurt so much just trying to stand up and walk around. And like, mind you, I was 45 kilos.
Yeah.
Like I'm 60 something. What's that in pounds?
That's a great question. I don't know. 45.
I don't
I
know.
want to say that's under 100. I want to say. Let's see.
I was very, very little.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense after. What did it? Oh, I was trying to convert 4,500 kilos. That's not right.
No.
Oh yeah, not just under 100 pounds. 99 pounds for 45 kilos.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty. That is.
And for my height as well.
Yeah.
For reference, I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I'm very tall.
And yeah, that is thin, which makes sense. Yeah. You have the crazy surgery and everything. So
it's just amazing, like how your body breaks everything down and trying to survive. It just ate.
Yeah.
Muscle, fat, anything. left me. I was just
Yeah.
skin and bone. And then for like weeks afterwards, I'd just be eating pizza, or like this fatty
Yeah.
food, trying to put the weight back on.
Pizza, milkshakes.
Yeah, literally. The first thing I got when I got home was a pizza. I was like,
And he's like, all right.
He's like, okay. And I sat in my bed. Like I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was. Well, I didn't think it was it, but when you get told something like that in that moment,
Yeah.
like my brain just went into fight. Like
Yep.
there was just nothing told me that I was gonna not get through it.
Yeah.
Like everyone else was upset. I was like, I'm fine. It's fine. Slightly delusional.
Yeah. I don't think there's really a good way to put that into perspective for people that literally haven't had to go, especially like the aftermath, like the recovery of those little things being so difficult. Like there's just no easy way, I feel like, to like put that in perspective for someone that probably has never gone through it. Like even explaining it like that sounds real, but like someone breaks their legs, something like that happens, you're like, I can like kind of imagine. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot imagine what it would like as someone that does like long distance runs to like run like the feeling of like being done with like a half marathon and how I feel. But like that's what I feel after just
Sitting up
in bed. Like that is impressive.
It's a crazy experience,
Yeah.
to say the least. But then once to get back to training and stuff, like my sessions started off as walking around the oval.
Yeah.
That's how it started. I'd walk and then I'd start to like jog and walk and slowly start implementing like drills I used to do. Like
Yep.
we do like walking drills and then slowly start doing normal drills. And it was just like a very slow process, reintroducing things so easy. Like things that were just second nature, like muscle memory would just do it. It's like, sorry, you have to learn to do it all again. Like I had to learn to walk again. I was like walking down the hospital corridor with a walking frame.
Yeah.
Just to go through something like that and actually come out the other side with very little implications. Implications.
I feel like we've been doing so well so far.
Like,
really doing good with words. So
like,
that's the
oh
first
my
one.
God.
That's fine.
I'm like, the coffee's giving me. Did it?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's so strong.
Implications. Walking. Training.
Yeah.
Training.
Yeah. And then as well, during that process, I'd qualified for World Juniors and I was trying to qualify for the Olympic Games as well.
Yes. Great.
But then even like years before that, like I went to World Youth, where I came second, went to World Juniors, I came
casual. Where came second,
Just came second. It was really cool. Really fucking cool. I miss it.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's gonna be like a therapy session.
Yeah, welcome back. You know
I'm
what?
start crying.
Welcome back to therapy with Josh. This is what this podcast is now. This is what's happening.
Coffee and therapy.
Here we are. Start your engines to get into therapy.
Basically. I'll message you when I get back to Australia and be like, sorry, I'm in therapy again.
Yeah.
Next year. No.
Yep. Whoops.
Yeah. And then within 3 months of surgery, I was back jumping.
Wow. That is really fast, actually.
3 months. Yeah. Very fast. And that first jump where I had to land on my head, oh my God, it took me like an hour to do.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. I don't want to. I just had this huge ass scar on the back of my head and it was still like exposed.
Yeah. Like it's still
like, I don't want to land on it.
No.
And ended up doing it. Like, oh, that was actually fine.
Yeah, you're like,
that was okay. But one of the things as well with high jumping, it's like when you jump, you lay out over the bar and you throw your head back.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for me, kind of one of the reasons why I had to give it up, was because every time I would jump, I would get head spins.
Oh.
So basically, where the tumor is as well, it just feels like fluid.
Oh, interesting.
So I've just got a hole in my brain.
Nice.
Fun.
But that when you have bad memory, like you said earlier, that you'd be like, it's fine. We'll equate it to that.
Yeah, I'm like I've got a hole in my brain.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They're like, you forgot
fine.
something, be like, I have a hole in my brain. And they're like, can't argue with that one.
Yeah, there's actually been quite a lot of studies on like memory and ADHD, ADD, and head trauma.
Yeah. Oh, it
makes sense.
Yeah.
But
weird what the brain does for us.
Who would have thought?
Like, that's so strange. The brain just does all these things for us. We are not doctors. That's not what I do. I
Don't.
make videos, and they're not about being a doctor. Let's clarify.
I'm like, that
What?
that do something?
I don't know. What did that do?
Nope.
What did I
Amy,
say?
shush.
One of these cameras was gonna do something dumb at some point during
They
this.
did it.
The technical difficulties on the first podcast, but that's fine. So we'll sit with these angles. I don't know why I pointed
Camera's
at the other one as
hot.
if you can see me on that one. we'll sit with these two. So obviously now you're a little different path in life, and doing kind of more
Very different.
modeling, F1, presenting, everything like that. One of the things I want to talk about was, I think, one of the interesting newer things in the world of especially F1 is the collaboration between a lot of racing and fashion. You know, McLaren partnered with Reese like 2 months ago or whatever.
Yeah,
a few months ago.
3 months ago.
Dates are
Yeah.
hard. You had like Ferrari has done some things. Drivers themselves have partnered with some like luxury brands. I mean, AlphaTauri itself was a
brand?
semi-luxury brand of like under
Luxury?
Red Bull. I don't know. They always say it's luxury. I'm like, I don't know a lot about luxury, but like, is it, guys? I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. So yeah, like I think I feel like you have a very, probably unique viewpoint on things with like what you do in, the modeling world and like presenting and everything. Like I feel like you have a very, like I would go do a presenting gig and literally just wear like this t-shirt and like a pair of pants, and then like I see videos of like you from Australia and you're like these like crazy fits and everything. I'm like, yeah, see,
You're like,
you're like, oh, that is what, yeah, that's way cooler.
Yeah.
That's way cooler. So I guess, yeah, like from your side of things of doing like the modeling things outside of F1 and seeing, fashion in F1, like what are your thoughts on kind of the integration of fashion into F1 between like drivers and teams?
Well, it's really cool because fashion, like growing up and kind of like what you were just saying, you would just like wear this.
Yeah.
Fashion was always such a girly thing.
Mhm.
And it was like, oh, yep, the girls, we get, all these designers, we get so much choice and we get to pick whatever we want. But men, it was very like, have like A, B, C.
Yeah. You're like, t-shirt,
What do you want to pick?
jeans,
Yeah.
shorts.
What do you want to
That's
pick?
it.
And then it's almost like so many, designers are kind of, I feel like it's not pulling things from art, but clothes is like art, wearable art.
Yeah.
And it's expressive.
Yeah, it's an expression of yourself.
Exactly. And it's really cool seeing that, drivers and some of the teams are even creating their own line.
Yeah.
Like Ferrari have their own
Yeah, I can't
kind of
remember the name
line.
of it. They do.
Is
I
it just
think so.
Ferrari
Is
style?
it might be.
I think it's Ferrari style.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Ferrari style. But it's just really nice to see the men expressing themselves more.
Yeah.
And just not caring.
Yeah. Lewis and Joe specifically always look
Lewis
great.
and
coming into
Joe
the
always
podcast.
look so good.
The podcast, the pad deck, the pad deck, not the podcast.
And Lewis really kind of set that tone for the rest of the grid.
Yeah.
And now you see everyone doing it rather than coming in like a little McLaren polo and
Yeah. Oscar
tights.
with his dad sneakers on
Yeah.
and shorts and
like
a
tight,
polo.
skinny jeans. You can kind of see them really starting to embrace like how they're feeling that day, and then like showing that in their paddock fashion. And
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Really cool. Even some of the stuff they're wearing, I'm like, I want to wear that.
You're like, I would
want
wear that.
the women's stuff. I want the men's stuff.
Yeah. You're like, I want that.
I
Whatever
like
that
that
is.
one.
Like, I would like that, please.
Yeah, Lando's been going pretty well.
Yeah. I think it's been
fashion.
interesting. I know a lot of people have some issue with the price of things at the end of the day. They're like, oh,
Everyone.
McLaren partnered with Reese. And they're like, but it's so expensive. And then it's like, well, at the end of the day, McLaren's merch in general is just expensive.
Yeah.
Like, also, I think, there is still a part of F1 that does cater to a wealthier audience. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
the
It's very
audience has
high
grown.
end.
Yes.
Yeah.
The audience has
Yeah.
grown in like us normies that don't have
Normies.
thousands of dollars to spend every race weekend.
Yeah.
But there is still definitely a part that caters to that kind of the, slightly wealthier fan. And who would be like, oh, I would like these collaborations are dope. Like this is what I want to see.
Like the Reese McLaren leather jacket.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was like $2,500.
And I was like, no, thank you. I
like,
do not have that kind of money.
I would love that, but can't
Yeah.
afford that.
It looked great, but
Yeah.
I cannot afford that.
But then it's just so cool also just seeing them and how they interpret the teams into like fashionable clothes
Yes.
rather than,
Yeah.
I said, your standard little polo and
Classic polo.
oversized shorts that go down to your knees
Oh
and
my gosh. Oh,
the awkward length tracksuit pants.
Yeah. Not those.
Like some of
please.
the skirts I saw and just like the jumpers, and they had like cardigans.
Oh.
fire.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
We're gonna do.
But then one thing as well, it's always so hard to not the overconsumption,
Oh yeah.
and we're being sold so much. Like,
And so much of it is. Sorry, McLaren, I'm gonna put you on blast really quick, but
Eep.
so much of the merch is terrible, and
Yeah.
it literally falls apart so fast.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't mind spending money on merch when it's cool and it looks great, but when it falls apart and like literally like things start peeling off
Yeah.
of it after like a few months, it's just
Do
like
wash it.
yeah.
And it's
And then
dying.
they're like, well, did you put it in the dryer? I'm like, no. Like I washed it in the sink once just to see
Yeah.
what would happen. Like, and it still fell
I
off.
followed
so-
your instructions,
Yeah,
and it
it's
still falls apart. I think that's also why we're seeing so many like creators and designers
yeah.
making their own stuff.
Yep.
They're just sick of huge corporations.
Oh my gosh.
So much money for such horrible quality.
Yeah. There's some amazing like small F1 like businesses that do, you know, you got Furious Motorsports who does like their jerseys, which are sick. And guess what? They don't fall apart. They're great.
Yes, love that.
And then like Fifth Gear Garments who like embroiders a lot of their stuff and like makes it in house and screen prints.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of ways to find good quality, and it's like yeah, it's like the teams rather than making theirs better, they're like we're just gonna partner with like a luxury brand and like just make it more expensive, and it will be a better quality.
Or will be really cool. It's like the Olympics.
Yeah.
How the France has
Yes.
collaborated with,
Oh yes.
and their merch so cool.
Oh, of course.
So I was like, it would be really fun to see the teams collaborate with like local designers
That would be cool.
to create something cool
Yeah.
and just something unique, spoke rather than generalized kind of stuff.
Like the drivers already do such a good job of like I mean, some would argue it's too many times they have their like special livery helmets, but like they're like they come out with these super sick helmets, and you know that like other people are like obviously helping design them. Like let's put a little bit of that like design work into some of the team gear and some of the merch, into some of the cars, please.
All of the cars.
All of the cars, please.
Oh my God, I swear to God. When are we going to get the Ferrari livery for Miami?
I don't know. As of recording, I don't know when this will come out because it's episode 1, but it is Monday of Miami week, and they just keep teasing us. Like we got a wheel today or yesterday, but there is like people are nervous because there's like a big like reflection of red on the ground but like behind it, and everyone's like,
they're like, no,
don't do this to us.
It'll be like they've made the horse blue.
Yeah, they would. They would do that.
They would.
They would. Yeah, talk about design and multiple teams just teasing us with cool designs and then giving us nothing. So hopefully Ferrari comes through. But fingers crossed. We'll see. As I said, I think it's a great strategy because they can blend into the track, but that's my thoughts. When Charles goes off the wall, no one will know. So sorry, Charles, but
Silly, but also
Miami didn't do well for you last year, so redemption arc, hopefully.
Let's hope
so. So we won't talk a lot about Miami because I know sore spot right now.
Yeah, I was supposed to go, but
yeah. But us getting on a flight to go back to Australia.
I'm gonna cry the whole flight home.
Yeah. Are there any other races that that look like you might be attending this year? Obviously, it's the world of F1. Things will come together to the last minute, but anything that's looking like a potential. Obviously, Australia already happened.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to do Austin.
Fair.
Singapore.
So fun.
And want to tuck another one in there somewhere.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Vegas is
Vegas.
fun. Yeah.
What's it? Is Vegas and Austin close?
No, Vegas and Mexico are like a week apart. Vegas and Austin are
maybe
like
I'll just stay and just go to Mexico.
Yeah, there you go.
I love Mexico.
I can't remember if it's Mexico and then Vegas or Vegas. I'm pretty sure they're like a week apart. Though,
I get confused sometimes.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that long flight, you might as well stay out here.
But also, I've figured out this time it's really expensive here.
Yeah, Austin's cheaper at least. Yeah, Vegas not so much.
Yeah, no, Vegas no.
Especially when you talk about the Australian dollar, it's so powerful.
Yay! I love my dollar being worth 60 cents.
Just you made a great purchase today. Speaking of luxury items, an Erewhon bag.
I'm like, what did I buy today? Let's not talk about that. So basically, I went into Erewhon and I was like, I'm gonna get the Hailey Bieber smoothie, but then I ended up looking at like mushrooms, like mushroom dropper things. I don't know, what do you call it?
What? Just
medicinal.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get some of them because I was like, let's just try some from over here. See if it's any
Yeah.
good. And got to the checkout, got a bottle of water. I was like, oh, that tote's kind of cute. Chuck it in. Like I thought the guy said $80, and I was like, okay, that's kind of okay because the mushrooms are like 50 something.
Yeah.
And then I was standing there about to order the smoothie, and I looked at my phone. I was like, $172. That's Australian.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck was that? I get this tote bag. Like, how much was that? Looked at $50 for a cotton tote, an Erewhon cotton tote bag, and I wanted to cry.
Yeah, it's to clarify, everyone. Speaking of designs, it's just a black tote.
It's a black tote bag with Erewhon.
That's it.
That's all it's on it.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
You never look at something in Erewhon and say, "Ooh, that's cute. Let me just snag that."
I just learned that lesson.
You learned that lesson.
Do not blind buy in Erewhon.
Like you said, it was your last day, so you're getting on a flight anyway. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, still,
but
I'd rather have gone to like Sephora or something.
yeah,
Bought something for $50, not a cotton tote when I've got 30,000 of them at home
like,
anyway.
I have plenty of those at home. I
Like
don't. Need more.
almost any PR package I get, cotton tote.
Yeah.
Always a cotton tote.
It is a classic thing to give out weirdly, and you're like, guys, I don't need.
Or a water bottle.
Oh yeah, I've gotten a few water bottles
all the time.
And some of them I'm like, these are kind of nice. Some of them I'm like, this is a bit low quality. I mean, you're like, this is what you should just not put this in.
You're like, why did you bother with that?
You're like, honestly, branding wise, doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is fair. This makes sense. Sometimes you're like, a water bottle.
You're like, that doesn't. You
doesn't
know,
really fit.
this doesn't marry together.
Yeah.
Polar opposite.
Yeah. So
But
to kind of wrap things up, and final main overarching question is, what is in the future for F180? What are some goals, some dreams, whether it be content wise, whether it be F1 wise, or like just general like
life
work?
wise.
Yeah, and like what you're looking to do.
Well, after being in LA, I kind of want to move here.
It's a great place to live.
I mean, in Australia, I'm like, we're so far away from everything, and just being over here and like being at Coachella and meeting people, talking to people, I'm just like, there's just so much going on here all the time.
Yep.
Like whether it's work-wise opportunity, like people are so happy to like come in and say hi, like meet you and help you.
Yeah.
Like in Australia, there is just such like tall poppy syndrome where it's like, we're doing the same thing now.
Oh,
sorry,
yes.
can't help you. Can't help you there.
Yep.
Whereas I've just found being here, people are like, yeah, like let me introduce you to this person or this person. And you're just like, oh, it's just like
much more collaborative.
Yeah. It's a very collaborative city.
The F1 space, not as much sometimes, I feel like. They're not the best. We're not the best at it. We got to get better. But every other creator field, incredible at collaborating on things and like making videos, or like they'll like have people on for like a podcast and like big names, and it's like a small podcast, and they're like, yeah, why not? Like, I'll give you an hour and a half of my time, which I think is great. And I think F1 creators,
I was like, what happened?
Be better at this, because
be nice.
Yeah, just be better, because it's so easy and it's so much fun. I think I love doing things with other people, and I think people like to see that as well.
Yeah, because it's like so many people just get their knickers in and all. Like, oh, we're going for the same job, we can't do it. But regardless, if you're going for the same job, whoever is hiring you or booking you, whatever you want to call it, they already have an idea of what they want in your head. So you're probably not even competition, because who knows? Like,
probably not.
Yeah,
probably not. You're not even competition.
Yeah, but I definitely want to be a presenter.
Nice.
Well, I do a little bit, but do more.
Yeah,
do more. Whether it's in like, obviously, I would love to do F1, but we all know that how hard that is.
That is very
F1 TV. Hello.
Yeah.
Let's get an Aussie on there. Get rid of Danica Patrick. Oh, she's Sky, not F1
Sky.
TV.
But get her out. Just sub her out for literally anyone.
Yeah.
I don't
come
care.
in.
Yeah. Okay. Get Amy in instead of Danica, please.
Yay. Or even you should go in.
Well, yeah.
No.
No. It's just funny because today was not chosen for an F1 presenting gig. Don't even know if I can say that, so I'm going to cut that part out.
I actually think I was doing the same one.
Wait, really? No way.
Because when you were saying the other day, I was like...
You're like, wait a minute. It sounds like there were a lot of names in.
Yeah, they told me that as well. I was like, oh.
Did they tell you today?
Yeah.
Yep, so it was definitely the same one.
Yeah, okay, that's so funny. I wonder who they got it.
I know. I also want to know who got it. You know what? Now I'm going to keep it in. Keep
it in.
Actually, I don't know. which I was like, interesting. I mean, hey, whoever they
Cool.
chose, I'm sure is a great fit. And
Exactly.
I just want to know. I want to know.
I want to know who it is.
This is good. We're slowly figuring out who it is. I'll just start asking people like, were you up in this position as well?
We should put a thing up on it. Anyone, were you up for this? Yes.
Yes or no? I have some guesses on certain people that were put up for it, but all the people that initially come to my mind, I think they probably said no because of like other work things or like family and things like that. So
yeah, I have a couple.
I'm sure we'll find out at some point. I'm just waiting for someone to like put on their story and be like, can't tell you much, but got a new opportunity.
Yeah,
and be like, it's you.
I always love that when people say their opportunity. I'm like, oh, what is it?
What is it? What is it?
I want to guess, but I never guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no guesses, honestly. Yeah, so I guess if you couldn't do presenting in F1 initially, what is there a dream, I guess, alternate series or like company to work for to do presenting for then? You know, would you want to work for a Sky or do
yeah.
Because I think for me particularly, I've like after doing a lot of interviews with drivers in Long Beach, I was like, this is pretty fun. This is a solid thing to do.
Really fun to do.
It's very fun to do. It's a little stressful at first. It's so stressful. I had to do a media pen for the first time, and I was just like,
oh my. And then the thing is as well, like you can't hold back.
No, you just got to go.
Like even if you're trying to like chase.
Yeah.
You have to,
yeah.
Like ask whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of like what interview, but kind of like what happened with Toto Wolff. My video I had with Toto Wolff, and yeah.
Where you're like, I have a moment, like I'm gonna just take advantage of it.
It was funny because my partner actually told me to do it.
Yeah.
He was like, he's finishing his speech, go outside now. And he literally took my phone. We stood there and he filmed it.
Nice.
And then all these people are like, you're a homewrecker. Like, he's married. Oh my God, you've been ran through. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
As soon as I saw that video posted, I was like, I was like, I can already tell these comments are not going to be it. They're not going to be it.
I think it was near 8 million views.
Thank you, Toto.
Literally.
Daddy Wolff. Thank you.
Daddy Wolff. Imagine if I wrote Daddy Wolff on it as well.
Oh, people would be like, what are you doing?
What did I write on it? Shooting my shot or something?
Yeah.
With a basketball.
Yeah,
people, I'm like, you do know there are different connotations to shooting a shot.
It's just like working, things like that. Like, that's a very normal thing to say to people.
I just told him I had the fastest 0 to 100 in E63S.
Yeah.
And if Susie Wolff needed a driver, I'd do it.
You're like, I'm ready. Put me in, coach.
I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. Presenting is an interesting gig. It's a little stressful, but it's fun.
It's the worst when your mind goes blank. You're like, I don't know how to say my own name.
Yeah. You kind of black out a little bit and it turns into a blur. I did one and it was a 25 minutes total. And I had done, I was like, what was that? Like 10 minutes? The people I was with, they're like, no, Josh, that was like 25 minutes long. I was like, nailed it.
You lose track of time.
You do. It's
crazy. You just keep talking and talking and you're like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's very fun though. I think and for me, like doing it with IndyCar, like all the drivers are just so nice. They're so chill, easy to talk to. I think that's like a great intro into the world. And not to say that F1 drivers aren't, because I think a lot of F1 drivers would be very similar, but I think there is like a little more like pressure and stress.
Yeah.
They're a little less. There were a few drivers was like, we could literally like go and grab a beer after this.
You have like, especially when you're working, you have a lot less time.
Yeah.
Like when I was chatting with George, I think I had 5 minutes almost.
Yeah.
No, that was it. He had to race off to another thing. So when I was like asking him questions, PR girl was down in the corner. She was like, 2 more.
You're like, but I have 40.
I have,
yeah. Or some people will just cancel, or things will come up.
Yeah.
Or,
so many questions.
Yeah. You really got to be on your toes, which is kind of fun, but it's also very stressful. But yeah, from the clips that you've posted, which I feel like you posted a few things of
a couple
of the interviews and stuff.
I still don't have the Puma Mercedes interview either.
Guys, come on!
Like I need that for my show reel.
Yeah, you're like it looks good. It's fun. You're like, and all the phones worked properly the whole time.
Yeah, I promise it went smooth sailing.
Yeah.
At least hopefully nothing will be as bad as that from now.
Yeah.
Like I started from down here.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's good potential for future things, whether it's in F1 or other series or
I'd love to have like my own car show.
That'd be fun. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
That'd be very fun. Or even do stuff with like supercars. MotoGP even. Like
Yeah.
with Liberty buying MotoGP, I feel like it's going to be the
Oh yeah.
next big event.
Yeah. I think that's the thing is this is also for anyone that wants to do anything in racing. I think you just gotta like get started somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to get started in F1. Like it's just it's not gonna. I'm sorry. It won't happen.
Especially if you're from Australia.
Yes.
Or New Zealand or something.
Or LA, honestly, even. It's just there's so few things to go for, but there's so many other really cool racing series that like if you want to be a photographer, a videographer, like if you want to present, if you want to like work for a team, like there's so many cool ways to like gain experience. And like if F1 or like a certain series is the goal, like go for that goal. But I think it's like good to, like have those little steps on the way.
Yeah.
Like you got to do an interview with George. You got to like have that very mini chat with Toto. Very mini chat. But it's like you took advantage of those opportunities, and then, it could be like the only F1 thing you do all year.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like like you said, it's a great little addition for the show.
Yeah.
We'll see something cool for the future, hopefully.
Yeah. Like even the KO Sports thing, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
You know, do you guys have KO here? No, you
No,
don't.
I don't think
I think
so.
it's just Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I didn't realize I was going to have my own like series on TV.
Yeah.
Like it's like I thought it was just for socials.
Yeah.
But they have the whole interview on KO. I was like, oh my
You're like,
God.
oh, I'm on TV. That's me on TV.
Look, Mom.
Look, Mom, I'm
I
on
did
TV.
it.
That's so sick. That's
so
really
good.
cool.
It was
Actually.
really cool.
That's cool.
Really, really fun.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you've got a lot of good stuff planned for the year, and probably
Sounds
will
like
be
you
coming
do
back
too.
to LA. Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully, we'll see. We're waiting. We just need things to come through at this point.
It's just getting into that state of flow, just like allowing it to take.
Exactly. I could do an entire episode just on the shit show it is to make content.
Oh my God. Even like not right now, but like the effort going into just this is amazing. It's just you.
It's just me.
Just you. Then you're going to take all the cameras.
I know, and I'm looking at like the borrowed camera, the other borrowed camera, and I'm like, oh man, this is going to be... So because I have explained nothing about this, I guess, in this entire episode. So I guess to end things, first of all, where can people find you if they want to drop a follow, see more cool things or videos with Toto?
Oh God, how many accounts do I have?
Yeah.
So we have F1 Amy P on TikTok, Amy Pejkovic on Instagram,
yep.
and then Amy Peck is my other TikTok account.
Yes.
That's kind of like an abandoned TikTok.
I will link them. No, I was doing so well. No. Oh well. Well, welcome to episode 1. I will link them. Oh, that's what an hour of talking gets. Wow, I actually doing so well. Okay, I will link them all below for everyone so you can all see them. And you don't have to go searching. But that is really fun. That was a great way to wrap
cherry on top.
Really good way to wrap things up. But to quick say, because I don't know why I didn't talk about this at the beginning. Yeah, this is a new little show that I wanted to do. Just ways to talk to people, chat with new people that are in town. This was an idea that I had like 5 days ago. And I was like, I got time to figure it out. And then I was like, shit, Amy's in town. Like, Australians are never in LA. Like,
perfect, let's do it.
I was like, I literally need to get this done. So yeah, I'm excited. I think for me, it's just a great way to enjoy a coffee, talk to some cool people, and I have some big plans. And I think hopefully this will be an on the road kind of show. So don't get used to the couch set because I think a lot of these are going to be filmed in other places. Hopefully, cafes,
airport,
team trailers,
that'd be kind of fun.
Hospitality. Airport would be a fun one actually. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of these coming up. I'm very excited. If there is anyone specific that you guys want to see on, feel free to leave a comment, DM me, whatever you'd like to do. I have spam calls coming through. Thank you for waiting till the very end, please.
Love a spam call.
Love a good spam call. But yeah, I have a whole list of people from different racing series, drivers, creators, everything. So I just need them to either be here. I need them to be here or to be able to get to them. So that's the key. But
and
I'm
spend as little money as possible getting there.
Yeah, exactly. Since we already know how expensive it is to make content sometimes, and then you throw in flights and you find a cheap flight, and then you go, "Oh, great, I'm gonna go there," and then you forget about everything else that goes into traveling, like buying tote bags for marijuana.
$50 tote bags.
Yeah, don't do that, and you'll be fine, honestly. But yeah, this has been really fun. I'm glad that you can make it on before you have to, Uber on over to LAX and hop on 15-hour flight back to
I'm
Australia.
probably not going to sleep now.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Because wait, what time will you land Australia time?
7 a.m. It's probably a good thing. I'll just stay awake for the first few hours and then
Yeah,
just try
because
and
also
not-
it's like a 15-hour flight. So like right now you could stay awake for 12 hours from now and still be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll fall asleep at some point.
At
If you
so-
don't-
at some point.
If you don't, then it's not my fault.
It's not the coffee. It's just
not. It couldn't be the coffee.
it's just
guys.
my excitement to go home.
Exactly. It's just the excitement to go back home. But it's fine. You're gonna be moving here
That's
anyway
it.
at some point, so
Exactly.
whatever. But thank you so much for being on. Glad you could be the first guest. Hopefully the next episode we will have theme mugs because, like I said, that was one of the things. But right now this is a random.
Kind of a theme.
It is. It's an F1 theme mug at least, which is cool. It's a Daniel mug. Gotta have the Aussie. It all worked out.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Daniel. That's why the number 3. Yeah, it's. I don't know. Maybe you can't tell by the face. I don't know. Someone just randomly sent me that mug like 3 years ago.
his helmet.
Yeah, it is Lando's helmet. We won't think about it.
Anyway.
We don't have to think about it. But
Anyway.
yeah, it's been very fun. Thank you for
Yeah.
being on.
Thank you for having me on.
Stay tuned, guys. There's gonna be more of these coming. And yeah, definitely drop Amy a follow. Give her some love. She makes very cool videos, and they're more work than I put into them, honestly. So than in my videos. We all know what I do. I film a screen and I call it a day. So except for this. This is the quality.
This
This will be
it.
the quality you all have been waiting for. But yeah, thank you all for watching, listening. Enjoy. And yes, please, if there's anyone specific that you would like to see on, throw in the comments. Let me know. I would love to kind of hear from you guys about like what you would love to see from this, because this is early stages. So let's collaborate together and be collaborative.
The best way to do it.
The best way to do it. But yeah, enjoy and have a good one, everyone.